But we're underway. The Dutch are playing from left to right. Straight away, our referee tonight, who is from Spain, Antonio Matteo, giving a free kick in favour of Argentina. But the atmosphere is sensational, isn't it?
Yeah, the Argentinian fans at this World Cup really brought the noise and the passion into the stadiums. He's here again this evening in the Lusail.
It was one of those when the anthems, I actually took the headphones off just to try and listen to the 50,000 Argentinian supporters singing it with real emotion. And the white and sky blue balloons are being banded around and knocked around in that end away towards our right-hand side. Little stumble from Ake. Sees it back towards his goalkeeper, Andreas Nopper. Huge figure of a man, all in green, 6'8", the keeper from Heerenveen. It's now at the back. It's with Otamendi.
Yeah, amazing story, isn't he? Nopper, really surprise pick in the Dutch squad, but he's had a pretty steady tournament so far.
Acuna, stocky, short, dark hair, left wing back. He was quite happy for Lisandro Martinez to try and come forward there, but at the minute Martinez has just said, no, I'm going to just stay here. And then it's with Otamendi across towards Christian Romero. This is Messi dropping deep. Crowd certainly like that, as it's now with Romero. Ball played to McAllister. Chance to drive forward. Acuna with a cutback, getting forward on this near left-hand side. De Roon was there to clear it away for the Netherlands. 0-0, 2 minutes played.
I think it's fascinating that Argentina are set up and they're matching up against the Dutch. They've been 4-4-2 or 4-3-3 throughout this competition so far. It shows their flexibility, but does it show a bit of fear as well? Scaloni.
Well, Scaloni is the youngest head coach at this World Cup at 44, and he's up against Van Gaal, the 71-year-old, now in his third spell in charge of the Netherlands. And I'm sure you're more than well aware that it was back in April when it was revealed he was having treatment for prostate cancer. There's a documentary that is going to be all about Van Gaal. And even actually, if you recall the final qualifier, he was in a wheelchair because he'd actually broken his hip at that time. So he's certainly got a great deal of resilience, and he's here in this quarter-final and yet to lose in a World Cup game as well. Louis van Gaal, the master, against a 44-year-old who has certainly revitalised this Argentinian side, but there is a clash of heads. Gakpo is down, and the Spanish referee is just going to make sure he's okay.
Yeah, it's Enzo Fernandez and maybe Gakpo. Yeah, just coming together, both players. He's focused firmly on the ball. Both okay.
The referee is going to give an uncontested drop ball here. I think he's just going to drop it for Ake, and then Ake will hit it long downfield. Play back underway. 4 minutes played. As it is, he spreads it across the back. Timber goes back inside towards Van Dijk.
It's pretty much all the Dutch have done in these opening exchanges. Pop the ball across the back. De Jong closely shadowed by De Paul, isn't he?
Argentina get the ball, and Messi charging forward, out towards that right-hand side. The cross comes in, De Paul hits it, strikes Alvarez, and the Dutch through De Jong, and then it's a little flick away. Certainly you could hear the excitement inside the Lusail Stadium when Messi picked it up.
Yeah, he popped it out to the right-hand side. Molina, though, wasn't a good cross. It's a poor cross from either side so far. The Argentinian wing-backs.
Molina is actually getting a little bit further up the field on that right-hand side. Acuna's staying quite tight on this near side, the left. He's not wanting to venture too far forward, but Molina, who plays for Atletico Madrid, was getting quite high, and he had the covering presence of Tottenham's Christian Romero. De Jong. Back it goes towards Van Dijk. This is the 6th World Cup meeting between the two. Only Brazil, Sweden and Argentina against Germany have played more often in the history of the World Cup, with 7. So much history. And recent meetings tend to be low-scoring affairs. It's a throw to Argentina on this near side, the left. Cunha is going to take it. He'll go away from Enzo Fernandez. Cunha then tucks the ball back to Lisandro Martinez. Here is the Manchester United player, and he will switch play out towards Romero, who's playing on the right of the 3. Forward ball, looking to turn, to try and get Molina forward in that right wing back role. Ake though tidies up, and then very coolly cleared by Nopper, the Dutch goalkeeper. De Roon stretching, bouncing ball. Messi knocks it on, looking to try and get it into the path of Molina, but it's going to be picked up by Nopper. 7 minutes played, 0-0.
Yeah, we haven't seen anywhere near enough from the Dutch attackers. Depay playing up top with Bergwijn, his preferred partner, Louis van Gaal, but that hasn't always been the front line in this World Cup. Van Gaal has chopped and changed with Gakpo just in that withdrawn role behind the front 2, but I don't think he's had a touch yet.
Here is Van Dijk coming forward. Central position of that back 3. De Jong, pivotal figure of course. Frenkie de Jong for the Dutch. Timber. And Fries is ahead of him. Touch there from Bergwijn. De Roon, able to turn, the former Middlesbrough player. Just outside the centre circle of his own half to Ake. Square ball, patient play this from the Dutch.
Yes, it is, and that's another area where Van Gaal has chopped and changed. That position alongside Frenkie de Jong in the middle. De Roon this evening has been Koop Miners, Berghuis.
Yeah, Berghuis played in the first game against Senegal. Koop Miners came in, as that was almost
that was sloppy, wasn't it? That was a no-no from Nopper. Just a little cushion pass out to the right-hand side, but Alvarez nearly got onto that.
Dumfries on this right-hand side to Bergwijn, looking for the return ball to Dumfries. Down towards the byline he goes, keeps the ball in play, and will win a throw down by the corner flag for the Dutch. We've been playing for just over 8 minutes. Dumfries with 2 assists and a goal against the United States, and the little ball played by Memphis Depay towards Gakpo goes out of play for a goal kick.
Yeah, I've got to say I've been really impressed with Denzel Dumfries in this World Cup. He's like an Olympic 400-metre runner, powering down that right-hand side. A couple of assists and a goal against the USA.
Messi runs away from 3 orange shirts, passes the ball out towards Molina on that far side. Argentina now coming forward. This is Fernandez outside the centre circle, cross to the near side, the left for Cunha. And Cunha goes back to Lisandro Martinez, and now to Otamendi. And they switch it across the 3 defenders. Romero over the halfway line, forward. A little bit of a touch there for De Paul. Back it goes out towards that right-hand side. Alvarez is just at the minute waiting in a central area. De Jong is keeping his eyes firmly fixed on Lionel Messi. Scaloni, the Argentinian coach, out in that technical area down below. I think he wanted the ball played long there rather than across the back once more, as De Paul running forward to Molina, early cross, headed away by Van Dijk, off the chest by Messi, looking for a shooting opportunity, plays it to Acuna, and that was a wayward cutback to the left-hand side, and when he enters the penalty area, really pulled it away. He did the job for the Dutch, did Acuna, inadvertently.
Yeah, do you know what? I think I'm right. It was a couple of the game against Poland. He had an awful night. Final ball was woeful. He started poorly again. Had been in a really good couple of positions to cross the ball and hurt that Netherlands back line, but real lack of quality.
Whilst Chris was talking, again, it's one of those, and I hope the atmosphere is coming home on the radio to you with the level of support here. 50,000, it's staggering.
It is, and I mean, we were here early and watching the Brazilian-Croatia penalty shootout, and there was a number of Argentinian fans who were in the stadium early who quite enjoyed Brazil going out.
Yes, Croatia await after Brazil missed 2 penalties and losing their quarter-final. It'll be the first semi-final actually here in the city of Lusail, which is about 9 miles north of Doha.
It's a bit unsporting, wasn't it?
Well, they're not concentrating about Brazil now, are they? Just bouncing up and down in unison. The whole stadium is jumping. 0-0.
It feels like a proper football match, doesn't it? We've seen a few Mexican waves at various games, which, is it fair to say, feel a little bit forced, a bit corporate. Real fans tonight. Proper atmosphere. 12 minutes played. Of course, tomorrow, Morocco-Portugal at 3 o'clock, and then England-France at 7. All the build-up from 5:30. Well, of course, 5 Live Sport on air from midday, but the concentrated build-up at 5:30 from Mark Chapman and the team inside the stadium, the Albat Stadium. But this is Netherlands 0, Argentina 0. And Otamendi goes out towards the right-hand side. This tight, cagey affair is exactly everything that I thought it would be. McAllister in the centre circle. Out to Acuna on this near side, the left. Acuna looking for the return ball. McAllister controls it and then sends over the cross from the left-hand side. Picked up by De Paul, right corner of the area. And then it's just caught with ease by Nopper, the goalkeeper. There's a really good run. The left-hand channel by McAllister. One touching across the ball, but there's a strong challenge there.
That was Christian Romero going in, and the Spanish referee calls him to him and takes him away from everybody else for the Tottenham player.
Oh, he does get the ball, but he doesn't half take a piece of Depay. That Argentinian back three, Romero, Otamendi, Martinez, rough and rugged street fighters.
Free kick for the Netherlands. De Jong is going to take it. Messi was actually having a word with the Spanish referee. He's still not happy from where it's going to be taken. It's just outside the centre circle, and De Jong gives it back to De Jong. Blonde-haired midfielder. Back now with Ake. Left of the centre circle. Timber just inside the Dutch half. Van Dijk. Waiting for it is Blind over on that far side. Passes the ball forward. Move will break down. Depay will try and chase after it, but Argentina have comfortably seen it back to their goalkeeper, Emi Martinez. And that crucial save late on against Australia in that frantic finish.
Yeah, he did. A big moment for Argentina. Similar to the Dutch have found a way. We haven't seen any of the Dutch centre-halves step in at all at this moment in time. When they're in possession, they're 3v2. They're just keeping their shape.
Diagonal ball hit forward for the run of Alvarez. When we said before, though, about when they met in 2014, and it was the semi-final in Sao Paulo, 0-0, Argentina won it 4-2 on penalties in Brazil 8 years ago. We said about them shadowing Messi that Van Gaal on this occasion doesn't appear to have gone for a man marking job on him as Timber comes forward and it's inside to Gakpo. Bergwijn out towards Memphis Depay with the cross. Dumfries at the far post, lifts it back into the danger area. Blind was there, he goes down under a challenge. Argentina get it away towards Fernandes. Still 0-0. First real sign of the Netherlands trying to cause Argentina some problems.
Yeah, but this has been the Netherlands at this World Cup, hasn't it? Those moments where they just counter, where they pounce. And Dumfries done a terrific World Cup there, being that threat as the ball fed to the far post. A little right foot cushion volley. And Daley Blind, they linked up for a goal against USA, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
It wasn't far away. Got up and the ball went just over his head at the far post.
Dumfries on that night, it was off his weaker foot actually for Daley Blind. Swept it in off his right foot, but saw Dumfries when he was at PSV, and even whether he was a right back, right wing back, he just likes to get forward, very attack minded, but this system certainly suits him to do exactly what he does, and he's playing so high on this near side at the moment. He's taking Acuna back with him as Argentina try and win the ball in the midfield. De Jong slides into a challenge. It's a good 50-50 between De Jong and Lisandro Martinez.
He's a little fireball, isn't he? Didn't hold back then.
Two former Ajax players, of course. Martinez, the Ajax player of the year. Last year, 17 minutes played. Last season, should I say. There's Van Dijk. Memphis Depay on the halfway line. Runs it. Almost hands it over to Blind. Inside to De Jong. Coming under pressure from De Paul. Helped out by De Roon. Back with Van Dijk. Nice gentle walking pace from the Dutch. Timber over the halfway line, looking for the run of Bergwijn. Good anticipation from Emi Martinez, the goalkeeper, all in red. Accelerated off his line, made the smothering save.
Yeah, and that's the first time really we've seen one of the three Dutch centre-halves step in that right-hand channel. Timber slides the ball in. Bergwijn with the run, not far away. Good goalkeeping from Martinez.
Alvarez tries to get away from the challenge of De Roon, but then runs it to Timber and De Jong. There's a push in the back from Alvarez. De Roon, midway through his own half. Go back to Van Dijk, and now to Ake. Van Dijk and Ake, both of them 5 starts now in this competition. Just tweaked it every now and again as Van Gaal with that back line, as Ake certainly benefiting from the switch to 3, the Manchester City player. He stayed high out on that far side, the left. Now they work it back inside towards De Jong. Messi though is doing the chasing. Blind forward, Depay lets it run through, bounces away off the knees of Romero, comes towards De Jong, clips it across to Timber, takes it off the chest over the halfway line, and it's still goalless here on BBC Radio 5 Live and BBC Sounds. As Bergwijn, referee gives a free kick. It was for a challenge Dumfries on Acuna.
I think that's harsh, and Dumfries saying, come on, what did I do wrong? Acuna actually puts his arm across him and stops him. Dumfries trying to play a little give and go. 1-2 with Bergwijn. The way these two teams set up, with the wing backs, those duels in the wide areas, for the Priest and Acuna, Molina and Blind, they're going to play a big part, have a big bearing on this game.
Whilst you were talking there, Chris, did you notice that the Spanish referee Antonio Mathieu had a word with Di Maria? Clearly Di Maria had said something out of turn on the substitutes bench for Argentina. And the one thing when I've seen this Spanish referee in Champions League games, he takes no nonsense. Some might say officious. He certainly, and he calls the players, he says to the players, you come here. You're in left in no uncertain terms who's in charge. Like working with your good self.
Yeah, I don't mind that. You know, bit of authority, know where you stand.
20 minutes played. Yet to have a serious chance on goal from either side. Ake lifts it forward, Depay makes the run. Otamendi's gone with him into the penalty area, holding him, not allowing him to turn. And then when Depay does try to roll him, Otamendi gets the right foot in and it goes behind and out for a corner kick.
There's a good run from Depay in that left-hand channel, and he backs into Otamendi, used his body well. Tried to roll him, but Otamendi getting a big toe to the ball.
The whistles and the cheers are because it's a Dutch corner kick which is taken short from the left-hand side, headed out, and then De Jong will look to try and head it out towards that far side. Gakpo prods it forward, little touch there by Depay. Ake tries to return the ball to him, and then it's brought away by Molina. Molina trying to get forward on that right-hand side, and the Argentinian support. Although, did you hear a little chant of Holland, Holland off the effects mic?
No.
I for the first time tonight, I actually heard Dutch voices. Ball played forward. Alvarez makes the run. Van Dijk manages to get it away. Helped out by Ake. Out it goes for a throw to Argentina, 0-0.
Yeah. Alvarez will do that when there's space in behind. He'll make those runs in behind the Dutch back three, but Van Dijk took an unnecessary risk there.
Messi, brilliant footwork. Messi with a shot, left-footed, couldn't keep it down. Under a full moon in Lusail, Lionel Messi just couldn't quite find the range, and it was no danger to Nopper.
Really good feet from Messi though. Drifts through the Dutch midfield, 25 yards out, tries to bend the ball into that far corner, far top corner.
We're approaching the midway point in the first half here on BBC Radio 5. Duron finds De Jong. Such an elegant midfielder. Up to Gakpo. Cleared. Lifted then away by Fernandez in the midfield for Argentina. Flint. De Jong will make sure that he got there before Messi. And now Nopper, all in green, comes out of his goal and plays a short forward ball towards Van Dijk. They don't lack passion, this Argentinian support, and they certainly have an abundance of energy, as once again the arms are being thrust into the air, jumping up and down, and certainly creating a wonderful noise. Dumfries couldn't get on the end of it. It'll be an Argentina throw on this near side as Argentina play from right to left. Cunha to take it, not much movement for him. Hardly any movement whatsoever at all down there. The referee's surely going to have to tell him to hurry up. Eventually it's taken and it comes back to the Sevilla player, but then they lose the ball and it's with Van Dijk. There is a lot of respect between the two, isn't there?
Yeah.
Tight.
Absolutely, and Argentina don't have that big physical presence up top.
Depay to Bergwijn, comes back towards Bergwijn and he's cracked his shot wide, left-footed. A little bit fortuitous how it came to him at the second time of asking, but it was well off target.
Yeah, good signs though. The Dutch front two linking up. They like to play together. As I said, Depay's favourite partner, Bergwijn. Bergwijn pops a little ball into him and he outside of his right boot, plays it round the corner, it's lifted and it's a poor effort in fact, 20 yards out, left-footed, pulls it wide.
Mentioned before about that semi-final in Sao Paulo that finished goalless and Argentina prevailing 4-2. That was the second semi-final 24 hours after Brazil were humiliated in Belo Horizonte by Germany. Well, Brazil are out. They've lost on penalties themselves tonight. But the long history between these two nations. They also played 2006 in the group stages in Frankfurt, and it was 0-0. 3 goals in the last 4 games. But
just imagine if Argentina score. It's like there's a 0-0.
if you walked into the stadium now, you could be forgiven for thinking that they had scored, judging by the noise and the actions of this vast Argentinian support. They're on the attack now. De Paul, laid off by McAllister. Alvarez keeps it alive. Acuna and Alvarez run into each other, and it breaks down, and now the play goes for a throw.
There's a good challenge. Timber, right-sided centre-back for the Netherlands on Alvarez. Timed it to perfection.
I wouldn't say call me Mystic Meg, but the other day I was messaging our editor, and I said Spain are going to lose this on penalties. And then I was making a prediction about this game, saying this will go the whole hog as well. And I've seen nothing in the opening 26 minutes to suggest otherwise.
Yeah, I get that, but has this sort of opening 25-26 minutes epitomised both teams in this tournament? But then there are those moments, the Messi moment against Mexico, Enzo Fernandez, we saw the Dutch total football goal, didn't we? One end of the pitch to the other against the USA.
If it does come off, I think I might put the lottery numbers on for the weekend. I don't tend to do the lottery at the moment. Looking to hit the jackpot are Argentina at this World Cup, and certainly Lionel Messi hoping that this year will be his year. Tonight he's making his 24th World Cup appearance. He's level with Miroslav Klose. So only now Lothar Matthäus has actually played more World Cup games than Lionel Messi.
Stupid challenge from maybe Gakpo. Otamendi, long ball from Nathan Ake in behind the Argentinian back line. He just pushes him over. Half challenge.
You're listening to 5 Live. That's Chris Sutton as Emi Martinez has pulled his clearance out to this near side there left, playing from right to left. We're approaching the half hour, so Dumfries to take the throw. He's been told to go back by the referee to Timber on the halfway line. Now with Van Dijk. Van Dijk will run forward. Out it goes to Ake on that left-hand side. De Jong is quite deep. De Roon is there as well. Blind tracking back on the halfway line. Dumfries is forward on this near side, the right. But this is a very, very cautious Dutch performance.
Always isn't cagey that the strikers Bergwijn and Depay really split, occupying the wide centre backs of that Argentinian back three. And Gakpo playing deeper, hasn't really got on the ball this evening.
Gakpo's forward ball. Bergwijn controls it with his right foot, plays it to Dumfries on the right hand side, now level with the area. Gakpo chips over the cross. Depay and Flint were both there, around 8 yards out, cleared. De Jong lifted a long way back, rides up onto the chest of Van Dijk, and now De Roon takes over, right to the centre circle. Timber loses it to McAllister. Fernandez, Messi, challenge comes in from De Jong. Messi holds on to it, and now gives it to Romero. Molina's ahead of him. Inside now to De Paul. Messi's joining the attack. McAllister lets it go underneath his right foot. As a result, lose a little bit of the momentum that they were building there, Argentina. Here is De Paul. Fernandez. He had that conversation last night on the preview show 6. Well, it's the Cinco, the 5 role that the Argentinians, that deep-lying midfielder that Fernandez plays. The Benfica midfielder is now Messi once again just outside that centre circle. De Paul. The Netherlands have got every orange shirt back behind the ball once again. Fernandez plays the ball out towards that far side, the right. Back inside it goes towards De Paul. He was trying to wave Otamendi to come forward there. Otamendi now does run forward. Challenged by McAllister. Sandro Martinez unable to keep the ball in play. Argentina are furious there. Here we go. Here's the referee. Someone again has said something out of turn. He does well to hit. His hearing must be excellent, by the way. One of the coaches has been shown a yellow card.
Well, you said he's no nonsense, Ian. What is no nonsense in Spanish?
I'll find out for you. Sin corrieras.
You sure?
Sometimes you can...
I like that though.
I've probably got a yellow card for my pronunciation.
I think yellow's generous.
Fernandez runs forward, De Jong goes with it, releases the ball to Molina far side, 14 minutes to go to half time. Looking to Alvarez, De Paul wins it, back for Argentina, De Paul inside, Alvarez with his back to goal, trying to slip it into the path of McAllister. Messi's just lurking, loitering, waiting, and here he is, 30 yards out from goal. Finds McAllister with his back to goal, looking to turn, De Roon staying tight behind him, McAllister. They were nibbling McAllister. The referee's playing the advantage. He's making that clear to see.
But that's a good decision from the referee.
Fernandez, out wide it goes to the right. De Paul once again comes onto the ball. Every outfield player now is in the Netherlands half. Here is Otamendi. Passed out by Fernandez. Messi now, running onto the ball. Being tracked by De Jong. Alvarez, a heavy first touch, presents it to Gakpo, who runs forward. This is where the Dutch can strike. Dumfries, cut out though by Sandro Martinez. Now it's with McAllister, and McAllister accelerates over the halfway line. De Paul plays the ball forward. Molina pulls it back. McAllister turns. De Paul tries to place it right-footed, and he went for placement rather than power, and it was a comfortable save by Noppert.
Yeah, real lack of conviction with the effort. Eventually they work it well. Argentina on the turnover, and as the ball is weighted back to De Paul, it's only 20 yards out. He goes safe with the inside of his right foot. Got to go for broke there. Put your foot through the ball. Is that the first shot on target?
Probably is, actually. Certainly, scoring opportunities have been few and far between in the Lusail Stadium, where it's a fervent atmosphere. 5 live, 11 minutes to go to half time, and we are still 0-0. On this Friday night, and tomorrow, Morocco-Portugal, and then England-France at 7 o'clock. The Championship is back tomorrow, 9 games, so the Football League back in full swing. 5 live sport. From 12, Rick Edwards and Emma Saunders presenting live from the souk in Doha. Messi threads the ball through. Messi looking for the breakthrough goal. And Argentina have got it. Argentina through Molina. His first goal for his country. Finding the bottom left-hand corner. The Argentinian supporters are delirious. Messi with a delightful ball. It pierced the Dutch defence.
influence now because he's getting on a bit, Messi. But this is genius. Just creates a little bit of space against Nathan Ake and reverses the ball onto Molina, who takes a brilliant first touch, left-footed. Van Dijk tries to put him under pressure, and then with the outside of his right boot, finishes brilliantly past the giant Noppert in the Dutch goal. What a ball, what a finish, and the Dutch need to respond.
What an offer time to bring your first goal for your country. If you've ever tracked his career, he's used to scoring goals. 8 last season for Udinese. Now plays his football at Atletico Madrid. But for a player who broke into the side during Argentina's successful Copa America, he took it so well. But the through ball from Messi.
Yeah. Amazing pass. Eyes in the back of his head pass. Most players wouldn't see that ball. But then he has to weight the pass perfectly. And boy, does he. Great run by Molina. And there's a brilliant first touch with his left foot. Took it into his stride. And then just stayed composed. Noppert closed the angle outside of the right boot. And listen to this.
I'm deliberately not saying anything. For 5 seconds, close your eyes. And just think of every man, woman, boy and girl decked in a blue and white striped shirt, jumping up and down and throwing their arms in the air. Whether it be the balloons, the flags, scarves, shirts. And there's now a stoppage in play.
The ball.
He was down coming into the game, wasn't he?
He was, but I think this is a head injury. The ball back on his feet, but we know how head injuries have been treated throughout this tournament. Once again, not really given a thorough check, but they carry on regardless. Player welfare, I'm afraid, seems to have gone out the window at this World Cup.
We've got 7 minutes to go to half-time. The Netherlands 0, Argentina 1.
And now the Dutch have a bit of a problem, don't they? They're set up to counter-attack. They're going to have to be braver now. Show some Dutch courage.
They're unbeaten in 19 since Louis van Gaal took over for his third stint, as Acuna was trying to get forward here, but Dumfries did just enough to see the ball back. He's won 14 and he's drawn 5 of his 19 games, Louis van Gaal. But now the 71-year-old. We heard earlier on about there are a number of Dutch journalists who are not happy about the style of football that the Netherlands are playing. They're now going to have to attack. They're now going to have to raise their game. They've been quite cautious in what had been a tight first half. But it was Argentina who'd been probing, and Messi unlocked the Dutch defence. That was a slack ball by the goalkeeper to De Jong. So now they are going to have to change their tactics, the Dutch.
Listen, it's okay being ugly Dutch if you're winning.
Here is Alvarez. Alvarez to Messi. Messi looking to turn in the penalty area. Messi does turn. Low right-footed shot. No real pace on it, and a comfortable save from Noppert. Argentina are the better team.
They absolutely are. Alvarez, left-hand side of the box, speeds the ball into Messi, and is twisting one way, twisting the other way. Gets a little half yard, fires the shot off right-footed. Comfortable from Noppert.
Messi's name was just reverberating around the stadium here in Lusail. Idolised. Here is Dumfries. Trip. And that was a foul on Gakpo. And it will present the Netherlands with a free kick 25 yards out, right of centre, 5 minutes to go to half-time.
Yeah, just careless from Enzo Fernandez. Gakpo in the right-hand channel, back to goal. His heels clipped. And the Dutch produced something from this free kick. Van Dijk's gone forward. Ake's gone forward.
Well, Gakpo is going to take it if it's right-footed. If it's the in-swinger, it'll be Blint off his left. Argentina leading 1-0, have got a two-man wall inside the penalty area.
Very high line from Argentina, this.
Gakpo lifts his arms in the air. He's going to leave it for Blint will leave it for Gakpo. It's right-footed, curled in. And the referee has spotted a clash between a couple of players. But it was a header out as well. I don't know about you. I feel quite tired just looking at the Argentinian support.
They're not working hard. Dear me. What a pleasure it is to be here. What a racket. It's a lovely racket. And for being honest, some of the atmospheres at this World Cup have been quite flat. Not when Argentina play.
Just think, if they get to the semi-final or indeed the final, if there's 50,000 in Qatar now, you could double that. They will travel en masse. They travel in such numbers anyway. As Ake's over on that far side, he has to go back to Noppert. 6'8" goalkeeper clears left-footed downfield, and Otamendi just lifts it out towards that far side, and we have 3 minutes to go to half-time. Hooked away back by Molina, and it will run through to the Dutch keeper.
Yeah, we all thought Brazil were through earlier, didn't we, when Neymar put them ahead. They didn't get the job done. I think from a Dutch point of view, they haven't given the Argentinian backline enough to think about. The strikers are split. I think they linked up once. The effort from Bergwijn, which was off target.
Here is Bergwijn out to Dumfries, the right wing back. He's lost the ball to Acuna. The Spanish referee has given a free kick in favour of the Netherlands, and now he's shown a yellow card to Jurrien Timber. So the Dutch defender, despite the Netherlands getting a free kick, he's the one been shown yellow.
He's saying for an earlier push, Timber, but Timber lands a yellow. And there's one, I think, is that Acuna as well?
He's just shown another yellow card.
It is Acuna who's received a yellow card.
Well, if that's the case, that rules him out of the semi-final. So Acuna now will miss the semi-final should Argentina go through.
And he's having words with the referee. He's not going to rescind it now. Oh, do you know what? Seeing the challenge on Dumfries is a really poor challenge, and then what happens is after the challenge, Timber isn't happy. And it's Acuna who goes over, pushes him over. That's why he saw yellow. Acuna breaks his right boot and the back. Dumfries' Achilles. It's a really poor challenge. Dumfries up, hobbling.
So it's a free kick to the Netherlands, who trail by a goal to nil. And it's a very high line from Argentina. It's 10 yards in from the right. Blint and Gakpo are going to take it, but they've offered so much protection here to Emi Martinez. Free kick then. Blint leaves it for Gakpo once again. It's swung in. Van Dijk was there. Ake's at the far side to try and head it back, and then volleyed away by De Paul.
What a ball that was. Really tempting. I think it was Romero who got his head to the ball. Excellent defending.
Romero, well, that's handball.
Ridiculous, Romero. What's he thinking of? That's volleyball, that is.
Just instinctively brought his right arm up to swat it away.
It's a ridiculous decision. And Romero, little back heel from Depay, going over his head, and a big Argentinian fist coming and wiping the ball away.
It's like he was playing tennis. Going to serve and volley. 60. We're in the 45th minute. Free kick. Curled in. Goalkeeper Emi Martinez, safe hands, diving down. What it does mean, though, is that you've now got Romero and Acuna. A little bit of niggle out there as well now inside after that challenge. There was Ake and Acuna. Did Acuna just have a little tug there of Ake?
Maybe so. I think Ake had run on the inside of Enzo Fernandez and they're coming together. Ake went down. Martinez gathered. He's not been worked enough though. Emi Martinez, comfortable evening for him so far. Louis van Gaal, the Iron Tulip, will have work to do at half time.
Well, they certainly haven't been blooming in this first half, that is for sure. 5 additional minutes in the second half, where Argentina are leading by a goal to nil. Noel Molina, but Messi with the assist. Lovely through ball. Timber. Square to Van Dijk. Still there hasn't been, or doesn't appear to have been, a shift in the way that the Dutch are playing. It's still slow, it's still a little bit predictable.
Haven't seen Frankie de Jong, and they have got on the ball. Get on the ball enough and dictate. Here he is now, but not as many touches as he would have liked. That's a stupid challenge from Alvarez. I mean, he should see yellow. Here's another one, though.
The referee.
The Dutch dugout this time. Is it Weghorst there?
He's got incredible hearing. Because
or he's a good lip reader. In many languages.
Well, he's now shown a yellow card to each bench. Wout Weghorst has been shown yellow.
Why has he not shown one to Julian Alvarez for that? Because that's a yellow card offence, just clipped Timber over.
Timber was fouled. There was no attempt to play the ball by Alvarez. What you've got to say, though, is that we've just seen in the last few minutes as De Jong hits a flat forward ball, gap post glancing header goes through to Emi Martinez, he dives forward. Would the lack of discipline by Romero and then Alvarez, and a little bit by Acuna, would that worry you?
Yeah, of course it would. Couple of yellow cards. Need to keep 11 men on the field if they want to go through.
11 men on the field. They've certainly got the 12th man.
Well, 1998, Ortega.
Yeah.
He saw red. Bergkamp scored.
Arthur Newman was...
A minute or two later, Newman sent off 10-12 minutes before that, but...
Yeah, when you talk about the history between the two, I mean, obviously 78, 98, the way that Bergkamp pulled down that long searching ball, one touch, and then right-footed, clipped it in Marseille in the sunshine. Here we are in the desert, under the dark skies of Doha. Argentina are leading by a goal to nil. Although they've not beaten the Dutch in open play in their last 6 games.
Well,
back since the 78 final.
They're due.
They're due a break. The 5 minutes of added on time are almost over. Netherlands 0, Argentina 1. Molina's goal 10 minutes before half time is the difference. And the Dutch are going to need to put in an improved second half performance.
It's okay being pragmatic, but you've got to have a punch, and the Dutch haven't landed.
No foul on Messi. Referee coming under huge pressure from the vast Argentinian support, and Scaloni down below with his arms out, stretched wide. On that occasion, Spanish referee keeps his cards in his pocket. Depay out towards the far side, the left for Blind. Square ball. Blind then as he checks off the ball. The referee says no. Blind shake of the head. runs out of play for a goal kick.
Yeah, Blind playing that first time, trying to make the run. Not enough contact, goes down too easily. He's better than that. Maybe Blind, haven't seen enough of him this evening. They look a greater threat, the Dutch down the right-hand side.
Well, by my watch, the 5 minutes elapsed about 60 seconds ago of additional time, as the clearance from Emi Martinez goes straight out of play. When I said he was officious, at times he does make it all about himself as well, this Spanish referee. And once again, he's had a little glance at his watch. My way or the highway. Here at the heart of the Argentinian defence is Christian Romero. Back towards Emi Martinez. Lisandro Martinez drives it forward. Alvarez, head down, actually strikes him on the back, and it's cleared away by Van Dijk. And there is the half-time whistle. And not that they pause for breath. The Argentinian supporters cheer off their heroes, because Messi with the assist, and Molina with his first goal for his country, giving Argentina a precious lead, Krista.
Yeah, that one moment in the first half, masterful from Messi. How he saw the pass, let alone play it, who knows. Wonderful pass that it was, reversed into the marauding Molina, who took a wonderful first touch and finished beautifully. And that's the difference in this first half. I do think Argentina have just edged it, but the Dutch in this second half are going to have to bring more to this party.
Half-time here in Lusail. Netherlands 0, Argentina 1. Thanks, Kelly. A couple of changes to tell you about as well for the Netherlands. Steven Berghuis has come on for Bergwijn, and Koopmeiners has replaced De Roon in the midfield. So the Netherlands all in orange, trailing by a goal to nil. Now have Noppert in goal. Still playing with the three central defenders, Timber, Van Dijk and Ake. Dumfries and Blind as the wing backs. Koopmeiners, De Jong and Berghuis with Gakpo and Depay. As for Argentina, who are playing from left to right in their blue and white striped shirts and white shorts, Emi Martinez is in goal. The back three of Romero, Otamendi, Lisandro Martinez, and then Molina and Acuna as the wing backs, with McAllister, Fernandes and De Paul in the midfield. Messi and Alvarez up front. So Van Gaal has made a double change at the start of the second half. But Chris Sutton,
yes, they need formation.
Same formation.
He's gone double Dutch, hasn't he? Van Gaal. And Gakpo has just gone up in the central striking role. Split strikers with Berghuis playing in that number 10 role, just behind them. Koopmeiners swatting in the midfield alongside Frankie de Jong.
Berghuis can play either wide or as an attacking midfielder as Messi. It's a lovely little take. Messi comes on the inside to Alvarez, back with Messi. Forces the ball out wide. Acuna wins a corner in front of the massed ranks of Argentinian support behind that goal.
His use of the ball, Lionel Messi this evening, absolutely perfect. The ovation he's getting now. He gives his teammates the ball at the right time, not just when he's finished with it.
He's in no real hurry to take the corner kick as well on that far side, the left. Lovely weighted ball for the goal for Molina. Quite a short run up then for Messi, and it goes, flicked on at the near post. An outstretched leg by Blind. It's going to be retrieved by Lisandro Martinez, now with Fernandes on this near side, level with the penalty area, the Argentinian right. Up against De Jong. Takes it all the way down towards the corner flag, and despite his best efforts, does not get the corner kick he was seeking. Instead, it will be a goal kick that's already been taken very, very quickly here from Holland. Well, the Netherlands, of course, as the Dutch are looking to level it, just like Croatia did against Brazil in our first quarter-final, where in the end, after extra time, it was Croatia going through to Tuesday's first semi-final on a penalty shootout. Tomorrow at 3, Morocco-Portugal, then England-France at 7. You haven't got BBC Sounds, the app, just yet. Download it wherever you are on Saturday night. You can take us with you with John Murray and Rob Green and Mark Chapman from inside the stadium. As Gakpo loses the ball on the edge of the area, Dumfries will try and retrieve it. Sandro Martinez puts the ball out of play, and it'll be a Dutch throw that they want to take quickly. They're showing much more urgency now as Gakpo in front of a pocket of orange shirts with the cross, and it's easily claimed by Emi Martinez, the Aston Villa goalkeeper, before tonight. 2 clean sheets out of his 4 appearances.
Yeah, Gakpo just standing the ball up. He likes that right-hand channel. Heading to the byline. Martinez comfortably gathers. I think what's important from the Dutch point of view, didn't see enough of Frenkie de Jong in the first half. He's their most influential player. Got to find a way of getting him on the ball and dictating the game like he normally does.
Berghuis out to the right-hand side for Dumfries, looking to go on the outside of Acuna, but the stocky left wing back will bring the ball away, using his strength to good effect now here, and eventually he says, I was being pulled back.
No.
And the referee...
The referee's right. The referee's right. Acuna wasn't strong enough. He's furious. He's now lambasting the official on the far side, but he just wasn't strong enough.
I was getting more worried from Acuna's point of view because he's on a yellow card, and I thought with this referee you could take no chances. Show of dissent, you'll get a second yellow card and you're off. He's already missing the semi-final against Croatia, if indeed Argentina do go through. Lovely little touch by Messi. McAllister appeared to be impeded. Scaloni certainly thought so as well. Instead it goes out of play, and it will be a throw to the Netherlands. Daley Blind towards Koopmeiners. Back now to Ake. They're passing the ball a little quicker now, the Dutch. A little.
Well, they have to, don't they? There has to be greater urgency.
McAllister charges down Koopmeiners' clearance. De Paul with a through ball. Messi inside the penalty area. And he saw that Noppert was sliding off his goal line, and in the end Messi didn't even go for it.
Yeah, but De Paul should be making that pass. Messi had made the run in that right-hand channel. Just heavy. Too heavy the pass was. And Noppert had to be alert, was alert. Came out his big sprawling 6'8" frame, gathering the ball.
Here is De Jong, midway through the Argentina half. You're listening to BBC Radio 5 Live, where Argentina are leading by a goal to 0 in this World Cup quarter-final. De Jong forward of the centre circle. Depay goes away from him. Picked up by McAllister. He's got Alvarez to his left. This eventually gets it out towards the right-hand side. Molina's return ball from De Paul. The move has slowed down considerably now for Argentina, although they have retained possession.
He could have gone out left to Alvarez, who had made a decent run, but Depay gave away the ball, and then he gave Cody Gakpo a piece of his mind, screaming at him, you've got to show for me, you've got to help me out.
They're looking for a 5th World Cup semi-final. Although remember in 78 they progressed to the final via a second round stage, so sometimes little stats like that can be misleading as the way that the competition has evolved over the years. But certainly the 2 times winners, Argentina, looking for a last 4 date with Croatia if they can manage this second half and protect this slender lead that they have. Berghuis is certainly going a little bit more through the middle, isn't he? Of
Yeah, I mean, they've set up as just the way that has panned out this particular move. Is on the ball now.
Berkus to Gakpo, looking to turn. De Jong to Depay behind him. Blind with a cross.
It's a poor cross. Davy Blind. He's been really ineffective, hasn't he? They've got the marauding Dumfries on the right-hand side, but aging Davy Blind doesn't really have the legs anymore. 32.
They're dominating the ball at the moment are the Dutch. 9 minutes into the second half. De Jong starting to see a lot more of it. There was an off-the-ball shove there by De Paul. Argentina have got everybody back behind the ball. They're being urged on by this passionate crowd wherever you look. The Argentinian support inside this two-tiered Lusail Stadium. Depay is very, very deep inside the centre circle. Cope Miners is deep in between some of the central defenders on that far side. Now they attack on the right. Dumfries has stayed out wide. But there was Alvarez back on defensive duties to break it up for Argentina. And Alvarez with a ball in field. Blind with the interception.
Well, he should book Messi here, but the referee, but you don't get yellows if you're God, do you?
Well,
I mean, that's similar to the Romero one, isn't
absolutely.
it, in the first half?
Yeah, right arm held aloft, head high, deliberate handball, should be a yellow card.
Messi's asking him for a free kick. Is that pushing it?
Where is the consistency? And I'm not giving you that in Spanish either. 10 minutes into the second half here on 5 Live. Van Dijk. Argentina have dropped off.
Nothing's really changed though from the Dutch approach. The centre half's not brave enough to step in. When are they going to gamble?
Well, Australia put Argentina under real pressure and made it quite uncomfortable. You wouldn't have necessarily thought that when Argentina were leading by 2-0, and then all of a sudden we had a rather dramatic finish. That was last Saturday. Here we are on this Friday night, 1-0 to Argentina. So the Dutch at some stage will have to have a concerted effort on the Argentinian back line. They are seeing a lot of the ball, but by and large they're playing in front of Argentina.
Absolutely right. Argentina happy to sit deep. They're not really able to get out at this moment in time. The Dutch pushing Argentina back. De Jong having a bit of an influence now.
De Jong, Berkus holds off the challenge, plays it to Cope Miners, one of the other substitutes. Berkus, forward ball, Depay to Gakpo, miscontrolled it. There was De Paul. The back pass quickly played away by Lisandro Martinez out towards that far side, and it's Aquino to run forward. It bounces off the legs of Timber and out for a throw.
Got really lucky there. Acuna, good driving run to get himself out of trouble. Went past Gakpo on the left-hand side. Tried to fire a ball into Alvarez, but wavered with the pass, and Timber just prodded the ball out for a throw-in to Argentina.
In no hurry to take the throw on that left-hand side. Now it's the Dutch, and they are in a hurry to take it. Mind you would be if you're trailing in a World Cup quarter-final. Van Dijk runs forward towards the halfway line. Again the move breaks down. Messi able to turn inside the centre circle over the halfway line. Shifts the ball out towards his left. McAllister passes the ball forward. Alvarez waits. Molina, again the goal scorer, had made another good run off the right-hand side. Wasn't spotted. Argentina go all the way back. Otamendi across now to Romero on the halfway line. The former West Ham player, now the coach of Argentina. Lionel Scaloni watches in his navy blue tracksuit. Looks quite relaxed actually.
Come on, he's not.
Done a remarkable job, hasn't he? Bearing in mind that he didn't really have any club or international coaching experience when he was appointed in August of 2018. Taking Argentina to the Copa America, their first major trophy in 28 years, beating Brazil in the Maracanã.
You can never be relaxed as the Argentinian manager, can you, with the weight of expectation?
The ball is hit long by Van Dijk towards Dumfries. Out of play it goes for a throw. Well, if you invite him to play cards with you and Didier Deschamps, don't play poker, because he's got his poker face down there and he looks very, very relaxed. We're approaching the hour mark here on 5 Live. Chris Sutton is with us. Ball played forward by Koopmeiners, cleared away by Otamendi. Lovely little chest off there by Fernandes. Messi now has it, picking the ball up midway through his own half. Delightful forward ball. Messi sets Argentina away. McAllister, the return ball then towards DePaul, and then back towards McAllister, breaks down. It was really on there for Argentina on the counter-attack, and a better ball from McAllister, and DePaul running into the penalty area, but it forced him out wide.
Yeah, what about the first pass from Messi, though? Took out the Dutch midfield, didn't it? Another reverse pass. McAllister shouldn't miss that pass. DePaul would have been one-on-one, just overhit the pass, and the chance gone.
The Dutch have 30 minutes to try and salvage something from this quarter-final. They've progressed from each of their last 3 quarter-final ties at a World Cup, but they're trailing by a goal to nil. As Acuna, under pressure from Dumfries, Lisandro Martinez plays it forward, and Alvarez, always a willing runner, will lose out to Timber, who hooks it downfield. Koopmeiners plays it forward. Gakpo looking for the run of Dumfries. Too many times they've given the ball away. Careless, Erastru.
Just not on the same wavelength, the Dutch forwards. Gakpo on the half turn. We'd like to see him drive with the ball there. Now, they're playing with this formation with the split strikers, but they haven't really linked up at all. I think they're playing too far apart. Then they have to get Berghuis on the ball. He's not getting on the ball, but here's an opportunity.
Koopmeiners floats it long forward, looking for the run of Gakpo. Blint now in a central area, the left wing back. He gives the ball away. And now it's with Messi. Oh, another brilliant turn from Lionel Messi. Brilliant from Messi. You know, earlier on when you said it's a pleasure to be here and it's a privilege. As DePaul now picks it up towards Messi once again. Messi glued to his feet. Messi running forward, edge of the area, goes down. Gets a free kick. Because you keep telling yourself, this might be the last time that we get to see him in the flesh.
Yeah,
you just don't know.
Great description. The ball glued to his feet. I think he's fortunate to get that free kick award. The giant figure of Virgil van Dijk looming over him gives him a little nudge. Messi goes down. This is Messi range.
Certainly is. It is left of centre. It's 25 yards out. They've just been bowing to him in that bottom tier in the end towards our right hand side. In the minute he's got his hands on his knees. He's getting a well-earned rest at 35 years of age. But as you say, this is Messi range, and he's waiting for the ball to be handed to him. There will be so many people inside this stadium now with their camera phones hoping to try and catch a glimpse of Messi, because we all know what he's capable of.
Why have a camera phone? Watch the game with your eyes.
Messi waits left of centre. Andreas Noppert won't get much of a view of this behind at least 5 in the wall. It's Messi, left-footed! Oh, it was so close. It was so close. It skinned the roof of the net now for a goal kick. There's even a little grimace. He knows that was tight.
Yeah, it's a free kick left-hand side of the box. He doesn't go over the wall. Try and beat Noppert where the biggest gap is. Reverses it onto Noppert's side, but Wasn't far away.
That was a poor clearance by Otamendi. It was a slip then by Berghus. They've lost the ball. Cunha on that far side. We've got 50,000 Argentinians who'll be looking to extend their stay in Doha until at least next Tuesday. Might be joined by a few thousand more as well. De Paul, he's done well, bearing in mind he was a fitness doubt coming into the game. And then actually saying that he's given the ball away. That was the curse of the commentator.
You can apologise to him after.
Okay. It's going to... Blint's been told to go down.
Yeah. I think he's been really ineffective, hasn't he?
That was Danny as well. Is that Danny is the assistant coach down there now? But they're going to make the change.
He's holding his...
It's going to be an attacking change as well. So, Daley Blind has come off. His 99th appearance. And coming on is Luke de Jong for his first appearance at this World Cup. The 32-year-old striker had that unhappy loan experience at Newcastle United about 8 years ago. He's back with PSV.
Yep, and I think Vincent Janssen started the first game of the tournament.
He did.
For the Dutch.
Then he came on as a sub against Qatar.
I mean, that suggests that the Dutch may go a bit longer. That's his game, Luke de Jong.
Argentina are attacking. De Paul, left-hand side of the penalty area, still leading by a goal to nil. 65 minutes played here on BBC Radio 5 Live. Also available on BBC Sounds and all across Africa on the World Service. So wherever you're listening, however you're listening, thank you for your company this Friday night. And tomorrow, Morocco, Portugal, and then England, France at 7. Argentina are going to be making another change. Paredes is going to be coming on. Leandro Paredes, so he's a midfielder. And I would think that might be for De Paul. Molina tries to rattle a low one in from the right-hand side, stopped by Ake. So Ake's now gone to left-back. And they've switched to a flat-back four, haven't they, with Van Dijk and Timber as the two central defenders, now that Blint's gone off the field. It is going to be De Paul who's going to be coming off, so that's going to be a like-for-like change. He has done exceptionally well.
He has, especially early on, really nullified Frankie de Jong in that first half. With some telling runs going forward. Like-for-like swap, though.
Tells you everything about how the players themselves feel as if it's a home game here, such as the huge numbers of Argentinian support, the size inside the stadium, because he's able to turn around and applaud as if it's a home game in your own little stadium. For De Paul as De Jong. Challenge was made by Alvarez, who's been a real tireless running the channels for Argentina. We're approaching the midway point of the second half. Netherlands 0, Argentina 1.
Gakpo's come out on this left-hand side for the Netherlands now. Didn't have any joy centrally in the right-hand channel. Depay playing in that role just off Luke de Jong. He's a central striker. Dumfries playing high up now on that right-hand side.
Unable to get on the end of that was Cope Miners. Dumfries staying very high on that far side.
Well, they've got to go for it. Nothing to lose now. Halfway through the second half, haven't laid a glove on Argentina. The Iron Tulip has made a number of changes now. And the Dutch, they need to start showing their minerals.
See what he did there. Van Dijk out towards De Jong, running forward on the right-hand side, accelerates. De Jong looking for the cut back towards Depay, cleared away by Fernandez. There was a foul there. Messi on Ake, was there? The referee says no, he got the ball. Messi chases after it, puts a challenge on Timber, and in fact the referee's brought it back for the earlier foul, I think.
It's a bit strange. The referee taking it back there centrally, you think.
Here is Ake.
You could have given the free kick from the wide area there.
Back with De Jong. Argentina have everybody back behind the ball. We have just over 20 minutes remaining. De Jong just outside the centre circle. Paredes was tracking him. De Jong. Messi's trying to stay tight towards him. Koopmeiners turn, rolls it out towards this near side. The volume increased by the Argentinian support once again. Gakpo's little drag ball down the left-hand side didn't quite come off, and it's a throw that Ake wants to take quickly.
Yeah, the way they can hurt Argentina, the Dutch, quick switches are played, get overloads in those wide areas.
Burgos with the cross from the right, headed away by Fernandez, lifted back by Ake, and that was a foul off the ball, and I think it was Koopmeiners, and there's going to be a free kick to Argentina on Romero. Shake of the head from Koopmeiners.
Yeah, Romero rolling, wriggling around on the grass. Not too much in that, but they're a wily old outfit, aren't they, Argentina? Just need to see this game through.
Alvarez done ever so well. Acuna joins the attack, goes on ahead of him. Alvarez waits, back inside to Alexis McAllister, to Romero, stabs it forward. Gakpo kept in play actually on this near side by Molina. A rapid right back is Molina, took his goal ever so well 10 minutes before half time, and that's still the difference between the two. Fernandez, Molina a willing run up, he's going to go on another run, and Molina almost round the back. Ake at left back sliding, did enough to sit into the path of Van Dijk.
Ake did really well. Molina got the burners on then.
This is McAllister running forward. Partially cleared away, picked back up by Acuna, runs on the left-hand side. Acuna goes down. Is that inside the penalty? It is! Acuna was brought down, and the referee points to the penalty spot, and Argentina, leading by a goal to nil, have a chance to increase their lead.
Yeah, on the left-hand side, Acuna, as the ball's fed to him, and he shapes across the ball and chops back inside. Dumfries does catch him. I think he's quite theatrical, Acuna, but there was sufficient contact. It was a foul. And now Messi pops the ball on the spot. VAR will be checking, of course.
Yes. Of his 94 goals that he has scored for Argentina, their all-time top scorer, 26 of them have come from the spot.
Yeah, little Lidl against, he's a giant, isn't he, Noppert?
A giant in the Dutch goal at 6'8". The diminutive figure of Lionel Messi. Incredible to think that his goal against Australia was his first in the knockout stages of a World Cup. With 18 minutes remaining, this penalty for Argentina and for Lionel Messi would surely take them into the last four. Messi waits patiently. Messi runs up now and scores. The keeper didn't even move. Left-footed. Messi takes the acclaim of the Argentinian support. His dream
the side netting. I think it's game over now. The Dutch have got it all to do, but on the big occasion, the little fella, well, he just keeps rocking up, doesn't he?
Takes him level with Gabriel Batistuta for 10 goals in the World Cup. Emi Martinez here has reacted angrily to Luke de Jong, and all of a sudden the referee has got to sort out the squabbles and the shoving and the pushing inside that penalty area. He's blowing his whistle 3, 4, 5 times. He'll be taking it all in. And an Argentinian. Is that an Argentinian fan?
Well,
somebody's run on. It's hard to tell. He's actually been manhandled by 4 security guards. If he's wearing shorts, but he seems to have got some accreditation there. So whether that was an Argentinian fan,
I think it must be, mustn't it? Because if it was someone off the bench,
but there's definitely there looks like there's some accreditation. I mean, he's hardly got any clothes left on.
You said,
mind you, I can see why it's taking 5 or 6 of them.
Yeah.
If that's the equivalent of Mr. Muscle down there, there's about 6 of them. All the stewards are all in black. He's been dragged away. The reason is he's wearing shorts, and by the time they tackle him very, very quickly, and our eyes have been transfixed on that, I've forgotten what had happened with the players. It was all happening there for a minute.
Yeah, he's being hauled out. There was a cross from the Dutch right-hand side. Martinez came and gathered. Plenty of height on the cross, and I think Luke de Jong just left a little bit on him, and then it all kicked off. Depay getting involved, the Dutch showing some fight, but is it too late?
Depay and Emi Martinez booked. Gakpo enters the penalty area. Was the contact there? The Netherlands are looking for a penalty. Gakpo went down. Might have been a soft one.
Oh, I'd like to see that again. Was there contact? Cody Gakpo or contact on the ball?
Wout Weghorst is going to be coming on. I think the Dutch 88,235 is the official attendance. Wout Weghorst is going to be coming on. I think they're just going to go route 1 here, the Netherlands. Try and follow what Australia did to try and make it an uncomfortable last, 13 minutes of normal time. Meanwhile, Argentina are going to be making a couple of changes as well. Tagliafico, the left back, will be one of them. So he's going to come on for Acuna. So that's like for like. Acuna will miss, of course, the semi-final through suspension. And then it'll be Jaime Pastella who'll be also coming on, who's a central defender. So I think this is Scaloni reacting and getting another body at the back.
Is it Romero coming off?
Romero's gone.
Yeah.
Acuna's gone off the far side.
I think, yes, Romero coming off here, so straight swap. Pastella into the back line, and the Dutch are going ugly.
Depay is the one who comes off. Wout Weghorst comes on, the ex-Burnley man, now playing his stride in Istanbul for Besiktas. And you're right, it was Romero who'd gone off for Pastella.
Well, this is going to be hoofball from the Dutch now, isn't it? 2 huge strikers. You think they're just going to be direct, brutal, knockdown football, runners off. Weghorst and de Jong.
Critics of Louis van Gaal will say tonight even hasn't been pretty before they start to do that ugly side of the game that Chris Sutton is referring to. trailing by 2-0. Ball played in, headed on by Weghorst towards De Jong, and then hooked away by McAllister.
They are giants, aren't they? Weghorst, De Jong, stature, 3 Argentinian centre halves.
Remember as well that Weghorst is already on a yellow card, having been booked in the first half. But speaking out of turn when he was on the bench, so he's got to be careful, and straight away he's in the thick of it. Emi Martinez, who is also booked, catches the ball as it's just tossed to him. And in fact, there's been oh no, we gave away that yellow card. They're just only now, they're just saying that Martinez has been... so it was Sandro Martinez, not Emi Martinez, who was booked.
I've lost count of everything.
Headed forward by Van Dijk, flick header by Weghorst, and then eventually hammered away by Otamendi to Messi. Nice ball played forward by Fernandes to McAllister. Alvarez is out wide. Alvarez into the penalty area. Alvarez with a cutback, sat up in the air and caught by the goalkeeper Nopper.
Yeah, just wondered whether Alvarez could have got a shot off quicker. Decided to drive on the outside of Dumfries and cross the ball. Dumfries got a boot on it, and Nopper gathered gratefully.
They've gone 4-2-4, the Dutch. Gakpo's playing wide left, Berghuis has gone wide right, and then Weghorst and De Jong in the middle. That was a thunderous challenge. But the referee is actually saying he's given the free kick, as Argentina are going to be making another change.
Rodas, wasn't it, with the challenge? I mean, we're sitting not far away from Martin Keown, who calls that type of challenge a reducer.
Listen to the ovation, though, for Julian Alvarez, the Manchester City player. The Argentinian supporters tonight realise and can appreciate how hard he has worked, as he's replaced by Lautaro Martinez.
I think he was first pick in the first game against Senegal, up alongside Lionel Messi up top, so Alvarez now the preferred choice.
Gakpo with the curling free kick, headed away by Fernandes.
Only need one though, the Dutch, don't they, to cause a bit of panic?
Yeah, they do. Just look what Australia did. Because they were serenely progressing until Australia, in fact that late save by Emi Martinez.
They've all stayed forward there. Van Dijk, Ake.
Cross comes in from the right, headed out by Otamendi, marshals the defence and wants that line of white and sky blue shirts to push on out towards the right. Berghuis, and it comes, and they've got a goal! Weghorst off the bench! Wout Weghorst, the former Burnley man, with 7 minutes remaining, and their gamble has paid off. They've reduced the arrears, cross from the right, heads it past Emi Martinez, and it sets up a dramatic finale.
What a header this is from Weghorst. The ball whipped in from the right-hand side, left-footed. They can't play through them, the Dutch, so they'll just go direct, crosses into the box, got the big guys on. And this is going to be a nervy last 7 minutes, plus whatever, for Argentina.
Messi at the moment is down, and he's just turned over onto his back. Not too sure what happened there from the kickoff. It was played back towards Messi, and then there was a late challenge, and it was from Weghorst.
Yeah, he stands on. Well, Weghorst
he's on a yellow card, remember.
Weghorst's huge left foot on little Lionel's foot. Must be 10 sizes difference.
Yeah.
He's a giant, isn't he? Weghorst.
forget total football, Route 1.
Yes, Van Gaal way.
Incredible though, isn't it, that it's panning out exactly the same way as it did against Australia, because 2-0 up against Australia, and there were really some anxious moments for Argentina, and they're going to have to maybe go through similar nerve-shredding moments here with 6 minutes remaining. The fact that the Dutch have all of a sudden crossed from the right header reduced their ears.
Absolutely, and there's been a lot made, hasn't there, of the Dutch style in this World Cup competition. And they are playing the most basic form of football, but it's about being effective, and they're back in this.
Gakpo with the cross from the left-hand side. De Jong waits, downward header. Oh, what a hit that was! I thought it was in for a moment. It was Berghuis who just struck it, left-footed, and it was travelling like a bullet into the side of the net.
The little Argentinians cannot cope with this aerial onslaught from the Dutch. Terrific knockdown from Weghorst. I thought it was in as well. Somehow it's a corner. What happened?
Corner kick on that far side. The Argentinian supporters are trying to do their bit, but the Netherlands, with another corner from the right-hand side, are going to make it a rather uncomfortable last 5 minutes. But they're trying to see them over the line. But the way that Argentina at the minute are just dropping back, they're inviting the pressure from the Netherlands.
Well, they're trying to get up the Argentinian back line. Van Dijk has stayed forward. 3 huge guys up top. Weghorst, a giant. Van Dijk, a giant. De Jong, a giant. They're not the biggest, the Argentinian centre-halves, are they?
Well, we said before that it was 4-2-4. It's now 3-2-5. Van Dijk's up there as well. Here comes another long ball. De Jong with a flick on towards Weghorst. Before tonight, the former Burnley striker had only played 19 minutes of his 3 appearances at this World Cup. But his goal has given the Dutch hope with 4 minutes remaining. 5 Live and BBC Sounds. Live here in Lusail. Argentina leading by 2 goals to 1. Coat miners. Back to Dumfries. Now with Timber. Van Dijk has returned to his more natural position. Ake. Gakpo. Can't take it on the outside of Molina.
They don't want to drop, do they? That Argentinian back line. Every opportunity they're trying to squeeze a yard or two.
It's a long searching diagonal ball. Headed away by Otamendi. Van Dijk leaves it for De Jong. He's given the ball away to Lautaro Martinez, running forward, fresh legs from the substitute. Messi goes down, gets the free kick. Oh, that was a sliding challenge from Paredes on Ake. Messi has stayed down, gets the free kick, and Berghuis has just been shown a yellow card.
I think that must be for dissent.
I've lost track of the yellow cards from the referee.
I've lost track of most things, in all honesty. Messi took a heavy touch there. Worst touch of the evening. I think Argentina may be slightly fortunate to be awarded the free kick. You just want to try and play in the Dutch half.
We have 2 minutes of normal time remaining. The additional time will be fascinating. As Ake, oh, that was a poor challenge. It's all going off. It's all going off. Mayhem, absolute bedlam down below. It was a poor challenge in the first place, and then I think it was Paredes.
He smashed the ball
right into the Dutch substitutes, and it is all kicked off.
What a moron! What is he thinking of? What does he expect? Paredes just lost it.
Well, everybody's involved down there. The most cautions in the game actually was in Nuremberg. I remember I was at the game, Portugal-Holland. and there was 16. Although on that occasion it included 4 sendings off.
What are we up to now?
Hold on, I'll tell you in a minute.
I mean, the entire Dutch bench, quite rightly, were...
Paredes is shown yellow, and he's still not finished.
Well,
I mean, the challenge was a terrible one on Ake, late lunging, but then it was the way that he just kicked the ball into the Dutch substitutes.
Yeah, and Van Dijk runs into Paredes, doesn't he? Chest on chest, Paredes goes down, and then all hell broke loose.
We're up to 8 yellow cards. Last 30 seconds remaining. Berghuis sends it in on the stretch. Dumfries to the far side. Goes out of play. What's the referee signalling here? He's got another one out. Showed another yellow card. Who was that?
Who was?
He just...
It's in the direction of probably 10 players and a couple of benches. I mean, is he saying number? I don't know.
Anyway, it's chaos. By my watch, the 90 minutes are up. 10 minutes of added on time. We're into 10 additional minutes.
They're not happy, the Argentinian fans.
The fun can continue for another 10 minutes. Another bombardment. They go long. Dumfries, De Jong, that's onto it. Towards Gakpo, to Weghorst, edge of the area. The referee gives a free kick to the Netherlands just outside the D. I've got a feel for the fourth official as well, because every time a decision goes, every man off the Netherlands bench is up and asking for a decision to go in their favour.
Yeah, they just haven't been able to cope.
It was Van Dijk, by the way.
Was it?
I mean, it could have been to anybody. You just threw it in the air.
You're better to say possibly who hasn't been booked. This is a great opportunity. What, 22, 23 yards out?
Yes.
Just on the arc of the D.
It's 2-1 to Argentina. We're into the second minute of 10 to be added on. It's a free kick to the Netherlands. It's fractional left of centre just outside the D. Gakpo is there.
You think it suits a right footer?
And Berghuis.
Right footer over the wall, left hand side of the box, away from the goalkeeper. Well, Berghuis is looking really interested. What do I know? He's a left footer.
Argentina have got everybody back. I think it's McAllister who's in the draft excluded position, lying down behind the wall. It's Berghuis, into the wall it goes. And the cheers from the Argentinian supporters will tell you that ball did its job very, very well. By the way, the 9 yellow cards doesn't include one of the coaching staff from Argentina. Head injury there as Benafia Stobbage in play. It was a long throw, and Otamendi and Lisandro Martinez both ran into each other. The referee's pointing to his watch.
It's a nasty one. Otamendi. Martinez is backpedaling, and Otamendi going forward. Big collision. Oh, we're just seeing that Berghuis effort, which went narrowly wide. I think we both thought it was in. And the knockdown from Weghorst.
I know at times tonight we've had a little bit of wrestling, whether it's a pitch invader being taken to the ground and the warring players that were as well. But actually on 5 Live tomorrow night on Sports Extra, we do actually have live boxing for you. Josh Warrington defending his IBF featherweight title live in Leeds. But our 5 Live team are here in Qatar, Lusail, tomorrow. England, France. But we will know one half of the semi-final lineup in about 7 minutes' time. but we can't say for any great deal of certainty that it will be Croatia against Argentina, because the Dutch are going down with a fight as they trail by 2-1 and 6 minutes remain. Van Dijk at the back, Timber.
Argentina want to be brave with that back line, that back five. They want to stay high. The Dutch trying to push them back. Argentina cannot cope with this barrage. Long balls, knockdown football.
Weghorst gets it out towards Gakpo on this near side, the left, level with the penalty area, quickly closed down. And it will not be an Argentina throw, despite the best efforts of Leandro Paredes. Instead, it's the opposite number 5, Nathan Ake, to pick it up. Weghorst making himself available. The seconds ticking away for the Dutch. We're about to be halfway through the minimum and additional 10 minutes here on BBC Radio 5 Live. Here is Timber outside the centre circle in the Argentina half. Out towards Berghuis. Forward then it goes on the right. Timber's diagonal ball drops just outside the D. They've all stayed up from the back. So many orange shirts to aim for. Gakpo kills in the cross. An Argentinian player goes down off the ball and the referee blows his whistle and it's a free kick. And hold on, Paredes and Berghuis are just having a little word there. And now Otamendi turns to the Argentinian supporters behind the goal to our left, where there's just a small pocket of orange, and he tries to whip up the Argentinian supporters, and they respond. They're going up in the air again with their arms. The balloons are bouncing. They're jumping, and Argentina are minutes away from going through.
Yeah, it's a terrific defensive header. Luke de Jong just lurking behind him, ready to head the ball in to the net, but Otamendi got his head to it, headed it away. They're hanging on in there.
The Dutch have increased the pressure. The Argentinian supporters have increased the noise. 4 minutes remain of stoppage time. 2-1 to Argentina. Headed forward by Paredes. Out of play it goes for a throw. You still feel that the Dutch will create one more opportunity in these next 4 minutes. Headed forward by Paredes. Over the head of de Jong. Picked up on that far side by Lautaro Martinez. Back it goes then towards Andreas Nopper, the goalkeeper. Giant frame of a man. Weghorst lays it off. Koopmeiners goes long. Header forward by de Jong. And it's a header off target. And Emi Martinez doesn't bother about picking up the ball. The Aston Villa goalkeeper starts waving to the Argentinian supporters as well. They really took to him during the Copa America and the penalty shootout. It was doing a bit of trash talking. And the Argentinian fans really warmed to him.
Yeah, it's actually really difficult to pick out the formation the Dutch are playing at this moment in time. They're playing with 5 forwards, including Van Dijk, who went and retrieved the ball from behind the Argentinian goal.
2.5 minutes remaining. Chris Sutton with us here on BBC Radio 5 Live. Out towards Dumfries. Hits it long. Searching. Diagonal ball. Over the head of Van Dijk. Picked up by Berghuis on the right hand side for the Dutch. Plays it back behind Dumfries. And Argentina have a break on. And it's with Paredes. He goes down on the halfway line. And he gets the free kick. And he's on his knees. And he does the clenched celebration. Because every decision that goes their way, they know.
Yeah, that's a really soft free kick. Driving down the left-hand side, turns back in, trying to hang on to the ball. Minimal contact. No rush from the Argentinians. Every time there's a break in play, an Argentinian player is gesturing to the fans. What would Roy Keane make of this?
We'll find out what Chris Sutton makes of it, because Kelly will be asking you all sorts of questions. I hope she's been making notes.
I can't remember what's happened.
because we have 90 seconds remaining of additional time. The sky blue and the white scarves are being swirled around their heads. An estimated 50,000 Argentinian supporters in this vast stadium.
This is it, isn't it, for the Dutch?
They go long with a free kick. Koopmeiners drops on the edge of the area. Van Dijk's cushion header. Ake tries to lift it into the path of Gakpo. Cleared away by Molina. By my watch, we're entering the last 60 seconds of additional time. Argentina lead by 2-1. De Jong with a cross into the penalty area. Partially stopped by Paredes. He goes down. Free kick.
Stupid challenge.
Free kick to the Dutch.
Great range this is Paredes again, isn't it?
Lionel Messi pleads with the referee.
It's a foul. Weghorst and an Argentinian sandwich there on the edge of the box. Last chance for the Dutch. Their football's been brutal, hasn't it? But maybe from a set piece we will see
another yellow card. Oh, Messi's been booked. Oh, that hasn't gone down well at all.
You can't book him. You can't book Messi.
Messi's just been shown yellow. It's his first of the tournament. Imagine if he would have then been ruled out of the semi-final. That, however, is not the case. However, will they be in the semi-final? Because by my watch, the 10 minutes of additional time are over. This is it now. If the Dutch can score off this free kick, forget the additional 10, we'll have an additional 30. Gakpo or Koopmeiners? Koopmeiners rolls it in low. They've done it! Oh my word! They have done it! The Dutch, in added on time, have broke the hearts of the Argentinians. It was a lovely ball that was played in low. And it was just guided in. Wout Weghorst has squared it, and we're going into extra time. What an impact that Weghorst has had. Double Dutch from Weghorst.
Well, Dutch, all right. And we talk about how brutal the Dutch have been. And they've just played hoofball. But a bit of craft from the free kick. You normally see players go for glory from this range, but it's Berghuis. And he just rolls the ball 10 yards along the floor to the giant Weghorst. First touch with his right foot, and he swivels. And with his enormous left foot, it's a toe poke. Past Martinez into the far corner. Dutch craft from the free kick. From 2 down, they're level.
Otamendi has been shown a yellow card. That takes the tally to 11 now if you include the official. The goal was timed in the 101st minute from Wout Weghorst. It was a minimum added on of 10. The Argentina players were complaining to the referee, and by my watch now, that is it. And that pocket of Dutch support. Messi fouled, carries on. De Jong tries to barge him off the ball, rolls it now towards this near side towards Molina. The Argentinians are shell-shocked, and the referee now blows his whistle, and they're off the bench down below, and they are complaining towards the Spanish referee. Words are being said.
And the Dutch players are off their bench as well. This isn't good.
We've got there's a fight there between one of the reserve goalkeepers. He's kicking off again. Objects are being thrown from the crowd. There are plastic bottles being thrown from the Argentinian support behind their dugout, and not for the first time, this match has descended into mayhem and chaos.
I mean, there's both benches on the field, a lot of bad feeling. It must all be down to how long the referee played. It was 10 minutes, wasn't it, initially, Ian?
Yes.
The referee, the Argentinian substitute surrounding the referee, saying, come on. How? Why? Where did the extra time come from?
Well, Kelly, we've got another 30 minutes of this. Thanks, Kelly. I was just working out, actually, before tonight, Weghorst, 3 appearances, 19 minutes. He scored 2 in 18 minutes to take us into extra time for what has been an extremely dramatic night. And now, all of a sudden, as Tim quite rightly says, we've got just a different game now. Because what do the Dutch do now? Do the Dutch continue to play Route 1, knowing that they can unsettle Argentina?
Yeah.
Or do they?
Why change? I mean, you know, we've heard a lot about the Dutch style of play throughout this World Cup, and the Dutch people back home not happy with the brand of football. And I could imagine in Amsterdam, De Jong on, Weghorst on, the moans and the groans, but it's worked, hasn't it? Just being direct, it's brutal football. You know, you think about the Dutch influence on football and, you know, let's play the Dutch way. I mean, this is as ugly as it can get, but it's Louis van Gaal coming into the World Cup, said we are going to be effective. Back 3, counter-attack, they can't change. Why change?
You know, earlier on when we said about the Spanish referee just showed a yellow card he just put it up in the air. The monitor and the screen here said it was Van Dijk that had been booked, but then they've since changed it. But Van Dijk, during that end of period, has now been shown a yellow card. So the yellow card count now, I think, stands at 12. As we're underway.
I note you said, I think.
The first have you seen my notes, by the way? The first period of extra time. You're listening to BBC Radio 5 Live and BBC Sounds. And it was a penalty shootout in Sao Paulo 8 years ago. We still have the possibility of another shootout as these two sides meet for what is their 6th World Cup meeting. And I would think that the Argentinian supporters inside this Lusail Stadium will be emotionally drained. They've given it everything, the way that they've cheered and danced and bellowed, and then to have the agony of a 101st minute equaliser, they'll be absolutely shocked. But Argentina, in their blue and white striped shirts, playing from right to left as we look, against the Netherlands, all in orange. Argentina in possession. And now out to this near side for Lisandro Martinez, Tagliafico, forward, McAllister. So we've got Emi Martinez, we've got Molina, Hermain Pesela, Nicolas Otamendi, Lisandro Martinez, and Tagliafico. Midfield of McAllister, Fernandes and Paredes, Messi and Lautaro Martinez for Argentina. For the Dutch, who are now playing a flat back 4, Noppert is in goal. It's Timber as the right back. Sorry, Dumfries is the right back. Timber and Van Dijk in the centre. Ake at left back. You've then got Frenkie de Jong and Koop Meiners with Gakpo, Berghuis and Weghorst and Luke de Jong. And just incredible drama.
Oh, it is, and I think Argentina just trying to make some passes, try and get a foothold back in this game. The players, I think, pretty much shell-shocked with the Dutch equaliser. You think all throughout extra time, every free kick which was awarded, every time the ball went out of play, the Argentinian players trying to rouse the crowd up.
They took a leaf out of the men from down under, went up and under, and it paid off for them. Australia came close, but Wout Weghorst. I wonder if there was somebody in Lancashire tonight, a Burnley supporter thinking, he never did that for us.
Gotta say, I thought the free kick was beautifully worked, but the award of the free kick was the right decision. I think some of the Argentinian players simply were over-aggressive, weren't they, in the last 10-15 minutes. Paredes on the ball now, being one of them.
Paredes plays it in low. Fernandez able to turn. Lautaro Martinez was ahead of him. Instead, he opts to give it right towards Messi. Messi kills over the cross. Tagliafico bounces off his chest. It's kneed forward. And then the header back by De Jong was superb. Because there was a certain figure, wouldn't say he was looming, not too sure that he can loom Messi in terms of the size difference between the two, but he was just thinking of an acrobatic effort, was Lionel Messi.
Yes, he was. He was loitering, wasn't he, Messi, as the ball. Martinez's right thigh just helps the ball on, and Frankie de Jong, cool as you like, coolest head in the stadium, hits it back to Nopper.
I'll be surprised if we don't see red in this game tonight, won't you?
Yeah, absolutely. I'd be surprised if we didn't see another 2, 3, 4 cards in this extra time. It's going to be interesting, fascinating. Will the Dutch change the way that they play? What worked was getting crosses in the box, wasn't it? Being direct.
Wasn't that the question I posed for you at the start? In comes the cross from Gakpo. Emi Martinez dropping back to his goal line, safely watches it over onto the roof of the net now for a goal kick, 2-2.
Yeah, you got Gakpo off that left-hand side for the Dutch, creating a little angle on his right foot, whipping a ball out to play too high, too wide, and Berghuis off the off the right-hand side, a left foot that needs to get the ball on that left foot, produce the cross for the Dutch first goal. Brilliant ball in, a superb finish from Weghorst.
This is live on BBC One as well, so just a reminder, for any game live on the BBC, you do have the option of listening to the 5 Live commentary whilst watching. Tomorrow, Morocco-Portugal at 3, England-France at 7.
Yeah, I had my eye on Martin Keown when it was all kicking off. He wasn't getting overly excited, but he was used to that sort of thing as a player, wasn't he?
Yeah, he would have revelled in some of the shenanigans, should we say.
Oh, he loved a bit of violence, Martin.
We're 6 minutes into the first period of extra time. This is BBC Radio 5 Live. The pace has dropped. We're just starting to return to normal after the dramatic circumstances of the 90 minutes, well, 101 minutes as it was when our Spanish referee Antonio Mathieu decided to give that free kick.
It is like the Argentinian players are in a bit of a daze. Absolutely shell-shocked, like they're trying to work things out, tentatively play themselves back into this game.
It's gone back to being quite a cautious game of football now, as McAllister, this is Paredes, Fernandez rolls it out towards that far side, the right, and then they go back to Emi Martinez, building from the back, looking to come forward. Now here was Fernandez. He was fouled, stopped, free kick just outside the centre circle to Argentina. 2-2. They found new levels of energy. They've taken the old throat lozenges and they're back at it again, the Argentinian supporters. What I would say is that if Argentina do go home tonight, this World Cup is going to lose a set of supporters that have created the atmosphere here in Qatar.
Absolutely. I think the neutral would like Argentina to stay in the competition.
Messi shuffles the ball short. Fernandez plays it out towards Molina. Comes in off that right-hand side. Argentina are attacking right to left. Back towards Messi. Sliding challenge taken away by Ake. Berghuis plays it forward. Luke de Jong makes the run out towards the right-hand side. De Jong needs some support. Comes in the shape of Berghuis. Inside now towards de Jong. Frenkie de Jong to Luke de Jong. And there is a foul on Luke de Jong, and this means that the Netherlands have a free kick, and once again they will be a threat at this set piece with their aerial threat.
Absolutely, it was a beautifully weighted pass from Frenkie de Jong into Luke de Jong. De Jong gathering the ball in on the half turn, drawing the free kick. So what happened off the last free kick? Can they work something special, clever with this one?
Berghuis to take it, left-footed, clipped in, headed out by Lisandro Martinez, played back forward, and there's a foul. There was a collision, and it was Lautaro Martinez that was fouled by Dumfries. It'll be a free kick to Argentina. Wout Weghorst at Burnley in the Premier League. 1,457 minutes, 2 goals. Wout Weghorst against Argentina tonight, 22 minutes, 2 goals. Not that that would make anybody who supports Burnley feel any better. So Tony Livesey, if you're listening. Dumfries with the back pass. Actually, since he's gone to Besiktas, he's scored 6 goals in 14 appearances for the Turkish side. As there's a little bit of off the ball, it was nothing. Oh, that was something sinister though, because all of a sudden that was Timber who was involved, and the referee has blown his whistle despite Argentina attacking. Now Timber is on a yellow card, and Messi was the one who went to ground, and the referee has given a free kick. VAR will be having a look at it.
Yeah, it's Messi turns to make a run, and it's an accidental collision, I think. Just really cute with his movement, Messi. Shapes out like he's moving towards the ball, turns and runs into Timber. Timber fells Messi. You can hear what the Argentinian fans think of it. That decision not to award a yellow card.
4.5 minutes of this first period of extra time. Live on 5 Live to go. Messi to take a free kick, not quite midway through the Netherlands half. Left-footed, doesn't beat the first man. Headed out by Timber, but the Dutch had everybody back. Every orange shirt was in and around their own penalty area there. Back towards Messi. Goes long again, and over the head of Ake. And it's that Dutch support that cheer that, because it'll be a goal kick. And we have a chance to get another breather.
A little bit surprised at that. Messi whipping the ball in from the free kick, and Argentina not trying to work something, try and play down the side of the Dutch defence. Looks like they've just run out of ideas, Argentina.
We've had fun and frolics on 5 Live this Friday night, and we could still have a penalty shootout as well. In 2014 it was Argentina in that semi-final in Sao Paulo that went through 4-2. The Dutch have a dreadful record when it comes to penalties. They've won only 2 of 7 shootouts at major tournaments. Cleared away, mind you. They've got Noppert at 6'8". Mind you, he didn't really move for the Messi penalty, did he? That put Argentina 2-0 up, and at that stage you really did think that they were set for that date with Croatia. Foul on McAllister by Dumfries. Free kick to Argentina on the halfway line.
You still sense this could really bubble over in extra time. So 2014 was Tim Krul came on. Was it the previous?
Yes.
The previous round?
Yes.
You see another free kick to Argentina, and then it didn't haul Tim Krul off. Silerson was in goal.
It was. They wanted to take a quick free kick there. Sorry, I thought they were going to do what I would say is a Trent Alexander-Arnold and take a quick one. But the referee had blown his whistle and he wanted it on the whistle.
Well, Timber's got to be careful because this is persistent fouling. And if Timber lands another yellow, of course, we'll be seeing red.
It's a free kick to Argentina. It's a central position. We have under 2 minutes of this first period of extra time. Messi, left-footed, clips it on the stretch, unable just to get on the end was Otamendi. He threw himself at it with a trailing right leg, and out of play it goes for a goal kick.
Yes, not far away, Otamendi. You normally see teams trying to create more of an angle, but from a fairly central position, just slightly right-hand side of centre. Messi left-footed curls the ball over the Dutch back line. Otamendi at full stretch couldn't quite get that big right boot to it.
Still 2-2, a little bit of hesitation. Eventually the ball is picked up by Emi Martinez, all in red, away towards our right-hand side. You know, the Tim Krul heroics was against Costa Rica in the quarter-final. They actually came here with a very inexperienced set of goalkeepers, really, because before this tournament, Noppert was on caps, and you had Pasveer with 2 caps, and the other one, Playo, with only 6. But Noppert, now at 28 years of age, keeper of Heerenveen, looking to establish himself as the number 1 after forcing out Silerson. The Dutch turn through De Jong, all in orange, playing from left to right, and the first period of extra time is now over. It's still Netherlands 2, Argentina 2. Chris?
Yeah, I mean, that first period of extra time with the drama we had during the 90 minutes was a pretty tepid affair. I've got to say I'm a little bit surprised, Ian, that the Dutch, who finished the game so strongly, blood and thunder, balls into the box, didn't really trouble Argentina, but Argentina seemed to have maybe just lost the nerve. Didn't really create anything of note. Will one of these, well, who's going to be bravest in the second half of extra time, or are they already thinking, both teams, about penalties?
Yes, they are, as the second half of extra time is back underway. BBC Radio 5 Live and BBC Sounds. Gonzalo Montiel has come on to replace Molina, who gave Argentina the lead. Like for like, plays his club football as a right back for Sevilla as Messi rides the challenge, tries to get Montiel forward. Argentina trying to get it into the middle for Lautaro Martinez, but the referee, who played the advantage, gives a free kick to Argentina for that initial challenge on Messi. And it's 2-2. But they've taken the free kick too quickly. And the bench are up in arms again at that decision from the referee. Now he blows his whistle. It's taken short. Messi to Montiel, slips, and then rather clumsily, Gakpo runs it behind for a corner kick.
It was actually a dreadful pass from Messi. Had to pop the ball 15 yards into Montiel, but too close to Gakpo. Montiel slipped, and then Gakpo inadvertently poked it behind for a corner to Argentina.
Messi with the corner, and eventually caught by the Dutch keeper Noppert. As it came into him, he initially lost it whilst he was still falling. He gathered it safely into the bosom of his chest, and now he clears away left-footed downfield. Headed away by Otamendi, out towards Lisandro Martinez. He will run out towards that left-hand side, tries to chip it forward. Do the Dutch at one stage, knowing how they unsettled Argentina when they were 2-0 down, to dramatically get it to 2-2. Is there a period in this next 14 minutes or so where they do the same, or do they hold on to what they've got and think we'll take it to penalties, knowing that they've got a dreadful record in shootouts?
That's the risk. I don't get that one. And who knows what's going to happen with the penalties, but if the Dutch end up losing on penalties, they'll be saying, well, why didn't we play extra time like we did the last 15 minutes of normal time?
Since losing the 1930 final to Uruguay, each of Argentina's last 9 eliminations from a World Cup have come against European nations. We thought they were going through. I think they thought they were going through. A lot of the supporters around us certainly did it 2-0, but it's now 2-2 and we're into the 3rd minute of extra time here in Lusail.
They're all over Messi, aren't they? Every time they know that he's the magic man who can make things happen for Argentina. He's just hanging out on this right-hand side. You see Frankie de Jong, his eyes all the time on him.
We've already seen the back of Neymar today, as that was a little bit of hesitation from Noppert. He thought the ball would bounce into the penalty area, and in the end he had to concede a throw. Up to safety first. How will Cristiano Ronaldo fare tomorrow? Morocco-Portugal live on 5 Live from 3. Could this be Messi's final ever appearance at a World Cup? As he's just been brought to ground, and it's a free kick in a good position for Argentina. Just in from the right touchline, probably about 25 yards out. Somebody's spoken out of turn again down there, and that was Gonzalo Montiel, who's been shown a yellow card, and that now means that he is suspended. He will miss the semi-final. That's just foolish, just dissent. So Montiel is shown a yellow card. Hilak Cunha will be suspended now, should they go on to play Croatia. He's only been on the field for a matter of minutes. Free kick. Paredes touches it to Messi, runs forward, right corner of the area, onto his left foot, Messi, no curl, and it was always on the rise. Goal kick, 2-2.
Yeah, they played it short out on the right-hand side, and Messi driving in to the box on his left foot. Paredes on his right-hand side, waiting for the ball from Messi to be popped out to him. Messi decides to go inside on that wonderful left foot of his, but high and wide with the effort.
So, when Portugal played the Netherlands in Nuremberg in 2006, it was 9 yellow cards for Portugal and 7 for Holland, most cautions in a game 16. The card count is 5 to the Netherlands and 7 to Argentina. 5 minutes played in this second period of extra time. And the way that this Spanish referee's going, we could easily have a few more.
Yeah, he loves it, doesn't he?
I did say, did I not?
You did, yeah. Well, it's Di Maria coming on. Can't be fully fit, can he? Could he?
Well,
could he?
Against Van Gaal.
Could he?
Very critical of Van Gaal. Argentina on the attack. Move breaks down. Picked up. Lautaro Martinez, cleared away by Van Dijk inside the penalty area. Imagine if Di Maria was to have one final say with Louis Van Gaal. But didn't play in the last game. And it is going to be Lisandro Martinez, a current Manchester United player, to be replaced by a former Manchester United player. Di Maria is on. The Netherlands, meanwhile, are attacking. Gakpo. Challenge comes in from Pizzella. He's shown yellow. And then Pizzella is shown a yellow card.
I thought, Ian, it was a good challenge on Gakpo. Maybe he got Gakpo for a long way back here before the ball. That must be Guinness. No, he does catch him. He does bring him down. It is the correct decision. Just seeing it on the monitor again, it is a yellow card. Must be Guinness Book of Records, the yellow cards.
We're halfway through the second period of extra time. When I said I don't think they've included the one for the coaching staff of Argentina in the first half.
There.
Anyway, it's 2-2.
Danger.
Gakpo with the free kick. Luke de Jong has 2 bites at that, and eventually it's cleared away. The referee blows his whistle.
Beautifully worked. Wasn't it the free kick? De Jong all the way around the back as the ball's floated. The far post, left foot volley, choked a little bit into the floor. Enzo Fernandez gets the block on it. De Jong follows through. Takes away the foul.
Gakpo's just come off, and the player has come on. Weghorst, of course, has already made his impact. They're now looking for another striker to do exactly that, and it's Noah Lang, who plays for Bruges, who's come on for the Dutch. So Noah Lang is just on. You actually might see him in the Premier League in the not too distant future, because there's been a lot of interest shown from Leeds United in the 23-year-old. As once again a little bit of pushing there goes on.
De Jong, Frankie de Jong on Lionel Messi is watching him like a hawk.
2-2 here on 5 Live. Ball played through. Lautaro Martinez looking towards Montiel. The clearance isn't properly away by the Netherlands. Di Maria picks it up. Fernandez comes forward on the right hand side. Oh, that took a wicked deflection. What a blow that was. Lautaro Martinez with a right-footed shot. It looked goal bound, and it cannoned away, and it's gone behind for a corner kick. It was off the chest of Van Dijk.
Yes, it was brilliant from Fernandez. Little chink down that right-hand side, works himself a yard, fizzes the ball across. Martinez hammers the ball into the midriff of Virgil van Dijk and behind for a corner.
They're not wanting to take the corner kick. They wanted a VAR check. It has been taken in towards the near post. Koopmeiners with the first one into the air and then volleyed away by Van Dijk. 5 minutes remain, otherwise we're going to have a penalty shootout. Another one for this second World Cup quarter-final. Montiel will win a corner kick, getting forward at every opportunity from right back. They're jumping up and down behind that goal. There's urgency now from Argentina. Rolled short, right corner of the area. Messi, Fernandez shoots, takes the deflection, loops over the crossbar, and for a corner kick it goes. That could have gone anywhere. It was off Weghorst, I think, and the keeper was already going to ground. It was agonising.
No, absolutely spot on. Noppert had gone down. Messi just feeds the ball to Fernandez, lets the ball run across his body, left-footed, hammers a shot, takes the deflection into the floor. Noppert had gone, but agonisingly over the bar for Argentina.
Argentina now looking for their turn to try and get a knockout blow after they bounced back off the canvas from that late Dutch goal that forces into extra time, because now the Dutch are being forced back. Cross comes in from the left, behind for another corner kick. The defenders have all stayed forward. 4 minutes remain. Far side the left. It's an outswinger, and the header from the defender, which was Pesela, was over the top, and it's a goal kick to the Dutch, and another minute is going to tick by, Chris.
Yes, poor defending from Virgil van Dijk. Pesela makes a run towards the near post, loses Van Dijk. It's a left-footed outswinger. He can't get the header on target. Noppert.
That penalty shootout that we were talking about earlier for the Dutch against Costa Rica was their only win in 3 attempts in a shootout at the World Cup. For Argentina, they've been involved in a record 5 World Cup shootouts. They've won 4. England fans need no reminding of 98, and they could be set for another one here on 5 Live. The ball is won by Timber. Forward ball towards Luke de Jong, trying to get Weghorst away through the middle. Picked up, cross comes in, and eventually caught. It was Noah Lang with the cross from the left, and it was Berghuis who was making the run through the middle, but that was assured handling by Emi Martinez.
Well, I'm going to slightly disagree with you about assured handling. He dropped it. It was a good decision to come and try and claim it, but a bit lucky there.
Was he?
Yeah, maybe your definition of assured is different to most people.
Don't worry, I've had a night where I've felt frazzled. 2 minutes remain. Turned by Messi, runs forward, runs out towards the left-hand side. Tagliafico is there. They play the ball back. 2-2. Tagliafico. Every Argentinian player now is in the Dutch half, away towards our right-hand side, and 2 minutes remain. Montiel inside. Fernandez. Messi's come short. For Di Maria, wouldn't really settle for him, but he's done well to keep the ball. Messi loses it in the midfield. Paredes tries to win it back. Break on for the Netherlands. Out to go. Berghuis it goes. Luc de Jong and Weghorst with him. Berghuis goes it alone. He crosses, and that was assured handling by Emi Martinez. Now he rolls it out underarm. Trading blow for blow here on 5 Live. The history between the two, long history in the World Cup, and it's going to continue. 2-2. Lautaro Martinez, beaten out by the goalkeeper. Sharp turn outside the D, hit it true, left-footed.
Great save from Noppert. Really clever play from Lautaro Martinez. Looked like he was going to pop the ball off to Messi. Used Messi as a decoy. Swiveled, left-footed shot. Noppert down to his right-hand side.
60 seconds remain of extra time. Second period of extra time. How much added on time will there be? Messi picks it up midway through the Netherlands half. Plays a short ball towards Di Maria. Looking for the return. Ake though with the interception. Van Dijk tries to usher out the orange shirts. Di Maria picks it up central position. Cleared away by Dumfries. Falling back. Now it's with Paredes. To Messi. Messi shoots, left-footed. Took a deflection. It's a corner kick. Corner kick to Argentina. We have 30 seconds remaining.
Yes, Argentina, who have been in the ascendancy in this second period of extra time. Messi just works himself a yard. Gets a shot off left-footed. But this is it, isn't it, for Argentina?
Di Maria to take it on the right-hand side. It's an in-swinger. He went for goal. And it needed Noppert to make the save on his goal line.
I'm not so sure that's a shot on goal, or he meant it, Di Maria, but that big Dutch hand of Noppert getting it away.
Corner taken short. Comes out. Oh, what an effort that was. Fired in by Fernandez. He turned away. He thought it was a certain winner.
Off the post.
Right-footed. Hit the base of the left-hand post.
Fernandez fizzer, right-hand side of the box. He must be 22 yards out. I mean, you just wonder, that clattering off the post, Noppert nowhere near it, all sorts of movement on the ball, whether this is going to be Argentina's night or not.
Clearance downfield, 1 minute of additional time. The Dutch, one last chance? No. Forward ball breaks down, runs through to Emi Martinez, rolls it out, and the referee blows his whistle. And if he thought the last, I was going to say 2 hours, but it was 2 hours and 11 minutes, have been nerve-wracking and filled with tension and drama, we've got a penalty shootout now to prepare here in Lusail. 2-2 is finished. Well, earlier today, when Brazil went out on penalties, that was the first time in 8 World Cup shootouts that the side that went second actually lost. And now it's Van Dijk up against Emi Martinez, who saved 3 penalties against Colombia in the Copa America semi-final. We're looking away towards our left-hand side. Van Dijk, short run-up against Emi Martinez, all in red. Van Dijk for the Netherlands. Saved by Martinez. He's done it again. More heroics. And the Dutch have not made a very good start.
Gotta say, this is a magnificent save. 2 steps Van Dijk gets good pace on the ball, whips it across Martinez. You can say it's a good height, but flings himself to his right-hand side. Frankie de Jong saying the goalkeeper's gone early there. The Argentinian players now ushering de Jong back. I think my gut instinct there was, let's say it again, was that he may have gone early there. I'd like to see that again.
Messi now steps forward. He wants to get it himself on the board. He's had fluctuating fortunes from the spot so far at this World Cup. Oh, how cool is that? Oh, how cool is that? He just rolled it left-footed. Noppert down to his left, and then he stood there. You've referred to him as like God. He just took it in, arms out wide. That was brilliant.
It was. The penalty he scored in real time, whipped across Noppert. This time Noppert goes to his left, flings himself to his left. Messi sits him down, rolls it in.
It's 1-1 in the shootout. Sorry, it's 1-0 to Argentina in the shootout. This is Steven Berghuis, the former Watford player, left-footed, goes for power. Martinez makes the save. Emi Martinez away to his left, and the Netherlands have had their opening two penalties saved by the Villa keeper.
What a save, and Martinez celebrates. Just listen to the noise. Berghuis, left-footed, longer run-up, powers the ball across Martinez. Once again, he's full stretch. Big left hand. Keeps the ball out.
Leandro Paredes, the substitute, comes on. Waiting. You're listening to 5 Live. We're also available on the BBC Sounds app. Paredes now. The 6'8" goalkeeper waits. Paredes scores an emphatic penalty. And Argentina are 2-0 up in the shootout, live on 5 Live. Chris Sutton.
Yes, perfect from Paredes. Real conviction in that strike, real meaning in that strike, power. Whips it across Noppert. What a position Argentina are in.
This is Koopmeiners who's come forward now to take it. Van Dijk and Berghuis have already had their efforts saved. He has to score. They really are under pressure. We mentioned that dreadful record. They've won only 2 of 7 shootouts at major tournaments. It's a left footer. Emi Martinez waits. Koopmeiners scores. And that silences the crowd. He had to score. They've taken 3. They've only got 1 on the board. It's Argentina who lead 2-1.
Yeah, Koopmeiners keeping his cool. Martinez playing mind games with him. Going for a face-off before he took that penalty, but he whips it left-footed to Martinez's left.
Montiel now comes forward. Gonzalo Montiel of Sevilla, who, remember, like Acuna, will miss the semi-final should Argentina go through suspension. Long run up to the edge of the area. Montiel now runs up. Oh, what a well good penalty. Placed it. Perfect. Keeper goes the wrong way. They've scored 3 out of 3. And now the Netherlands have to score.
Yeah, magnificent from Montiel. Noppert guesses the wrong way. Montiel just opens his foot up, slides it to Noppert's left-hand side.
Wout Weghorst, his 2 goals took us into extra time. He's got to score, otherwise the Dutch are going out. Weghorst waits. Emi Martinez on his goal line, dances from side to side. Weghorst does score. Martinez went to his left. Weghorst right-footed, finds the bottom left-hand corner. And the Dutch are still clinging on.
He's trying to grab the ball off Martinez. Weghorst is really exceptional penalty as they're coming together now between
that was Dumfries
and Di Maria, but he wrapped his foot around that. Weghorst shaped to go to Martinez's left-hand side and wrapped his foot around it to the right, sends him the wrong way.
This will win it for Argentina. Enzo Fernandez. They're currently leading 3-2. It would be the same scoreline in the penalty shootout in that semi-final in Sao Paulo if Enzo Fernandez, who hit the post right at the end, can score here for Argentina. They're on the verge. Enzo Fernandez starts to move to his left, runs up now, it's a stuttering run up. Enzo Fernandez has missed! Enzo Fernandez has missed! And it is still advantage Argentina. 3-2.
Oh, I don't think I can take much more of this. Just misses the target. The young man, Noppert, stands big, flings himself to his right-hand side. That's a horrible miss. And Fernandez, Luke de Jong.
Luke de Jong, so experienced, has to score for the Netherlands. Luke de Jong does score. Andy Martinez moved to his left and de Jong rolled it in the other way. And that's their third penalty that they've scored out of their 5. And now all of a sudden, oh, look at this. Lautaro Martinez steps forward and he's faced by 4 Dutch players who break away from the centre circle to try and put him under some pressure with the verbals. And another yellow card has been shown. Of course it has.
To who? The big balls from Luke de Jong there. Sits Martinez down. But the pressure on this penalty, Ian, I don't think I can watch.
And now you've got a little bit of gamesmanship here from Andreas Noppert, who's come off his goal line and had a word there with Lautaro Martinez. 7 goals in qualifying. If he scores this, Argentina are through. Lautaro Martinez does score! The keeper went to his left. Argentina celebrate. The dreadful record for the Dutch continues. And Argentina, just like in 2014, triumph on penalties. And they will play Croatia in Tuesday's semi-finals. But the bad blood continues between the two nations. Oh, as it all is kicking off once again down below. From those Dutch players, and now we've got a fight. And once again the referee and his assistants and the coaching staff have got to try and sort out the squabbles for those who are either not shell-shocked and have dropped to their knees in orange in the centre circle, or those who have formed a huddle in the blue and white on what has been a fractious night on 5 Live. But it's Argentina, and expect the exodus from Argentina to continue. If there's 50,000 now, there could be a few more on their way. What a night, Kelly.